If you're unaware, one of my hobbies is urban exploration. Urban exploration is when you go into abandoned structures and explore. I like it because it's an adrenaline rush and it's really cool to see what people used to have in their house. Me and my buddy Jax went to this beautiful house that was going to get torn down in a couple months. We found this room full of old electronics, one of them being this vintage CRT monitor. There's a CRT. There's a CRT. Yes, it's not broken. I call it. We had no other option other than to just put the CRT on my buddy's scooter and walk it all the way to my school. So 2 miles of walking later, we get it to my house, and when I plug it in, the thing surprisingly fires up. And I'll just have this here. But look, it does work. See? It makes some clicks. Like, see that? Like, that's not very great. See, like, it does that clicky, kind of archy stuff. I don't really like that. So we're gonna have to get in there and clean it. But you see it does work, and the picture does look pretty good. It's also very yellowed. It's got some good scratches here from when it fell face first onto the concrete. Didn't scratch the tube though, so that's real nice. So yeah, it just needs a big clean, and it still smells like the inside of that abandoned house. So yeah. I just noticed there's a little bug right here. Maybe it's probably arcing against a bug. So shout out to this monitor manufacturer for not using plastic tabs on like that piece of shit down there.
You know what they have in the engineering wing at school? I'm not saying you could bring this to school, but they have like an air blaster. If you had like an air
Yeah, we have
blaster,
Jax, I own an air compressor.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So I'm going to pop the hood on this thing. So yeah. So I spent longer than I'd like to admit taking this thing apart. You see, that piece of foam was glued, and it was preventing the entire thing from coming up. Now, okay, I didn't damage anything taking it apart. What I did is I basically just lodged the knife under here, and I just started stabbing it. Don't do stupid shit like I do. I just do stupid shit for the sake of entertainment. Don't be like me. So I'm gonna unface it down, and we're gonna see how dirty everything is. This is my first look at the inside. You see, there's a bit of dirt in it, but it is also white, so it shows dirt a good bit easier. So I'm gonna flip it up. I should probably discharge the thing too. I just realized I didn't record that last segment at the right resolution. So you see, anode cap doesn't look all too clean. I don't think there's a discharge resistor in here either, so that could be a little bit problematic. Let's see here. Flyback looks alright. It honestly doesn't look as dirty as I thought it would. You know, I don't think that's rust, but yeah, maybe it's because it's like this, it's arcing, so I could probably fix that. But I'm gonna discharge it first, probably. So we can see that it does look kind of decently high hour, judging by how much dust is built up near the anode cap, but considering it's a white monitor, it also shows it a lot better than other monitors. I'm just going in here. I'm gonna spray paint this all like white. Like, look, that's like 20 years of abandoned house dust. That's nasty. So yeah, I'm probably gonna clean the back before I do any of this. I stuck my screwdriver under the anode cap and it didn't make a noise, so that's good. Look at this deflection yoke. This one looks really weird. This whole thing is kind of weird. Yeah, but yeah, also I don't know why the anode cap's angled like that. That could be why it's arcing. I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. Taking the anode cap off, you can definitely see signs of arcing. This was caused, I think I scratched the red paint a little, but The rest is definitely arcing. So I bet if I cleaned it, it wouldn't arc anymore. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape over it so no more crap gets in there. This has been about 30 minutes of work, and it looks so much better now. See, there's still some tar. I couldn't get the rest on it. There's actually a little bit of dirt, dust still back here, but, you know, it doesn't smell like the abandoned house anymore. And even the outside, like, this is all just dirty. But even though it's nice and clean, it still has that ugly-ass, uneven yellowing that needs to get fixed. And I know a lot of people are going to want me to use Retro Bright, but I'm just going to go with a can of pure white Rust-Oleum. That sounds racist, I don't know why. So, yeah, I'm gonna guess I'll go run to Home Depot and I'll go grab a can of Rust-Oleum. So what we really need to just do is just, I can't really do this one-handed, but we gotta kind of sand out all these scratches so it doesn't turn out like crap. But I'm also trying to not sand out all this texture here. There's nothing that feels quite like a fresh can of Rust-Oleum. Do you guys want to see like 30 minutes of this? I don't think so. I'm going to paint it off camera. Nobody cares to see this. Alright, original color versus new color. Oh, that's such a difference, dude. Alright, so I got my not degreaser. Thermoelectric or dielectric grease, sorry. Jesus Christ, I'm just going to puncture it here. It's off camera, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I got a glove on, because apparently this stuff's real nasty if you get it on your hand. Ooh, it looks nasty. Apparently this helps with arcing. So yeah, this is pretty much what I just saw people do. Alright, now I'm going to put this back on. And another thing I'm going to be doing is taping around this anode wire, like right here, so just in case if there's any voltage leaking out of there, then that'll also stop. So I don't know what's wrong with this, but I just put another coat on and it's peeling everything. Like, do you see this? Why is it doing this? It's doing it on this too. This is so screwed up. Why? Why is it doing this? So I figured out why it's screwed up, because apparently I was supposed to wait 48 hours in between coats and I didn't. So, you know, I sanded it down and I hope I can save this. I don't know if I can. The texture on here is probably going to be all screwed up, and I don't know if I don't know how this is going to turn out now that this happened. Luckily the front of the monitor isn't as bad, but this is pretty bad. I used some 220 grit sandpaper, so it's probably going to lose its texture, but I hope all the color's just going to be uniform. That's all I want. So this is pretty bad, yeah. So the paint fumes might have gotten to my head a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I might have just fully recovered the mistake. Mostly recovered. If you look close, you can definitely see where I screwed up, but like, realistically, who's looking close at this thing? So yeah, I'd consider that a success. I'm probably gonna go put the thing together after I let it dry. So this is genuinely some of the most RMA 2009 shit that's ever happened on this channel. This little plastic piece that's meant to, basically, the power button pushes the actual switch, and this piece is meant to, you know, make it long enough to do that. Well, this piece broke into a million shards, and I couldn't, no matter how much super glue I used, I couldn't fix this piece. But you might notice the power button is clicking in there. You can hear it. Now, what did I do? What absolute goobery did I do in order to get this to work? Let me try to zoom in here. That is a wooden skewer acting as the pushy thing. Here, let me see if I can get a better picture of it. It's very, you know, amazing how it works. But yeah, we fixed the power button, so when I get a chance, I'll test this thing and see if it, like, blows up. I think this might work. And if it doesn't, then there's probably some more things you can try. And also, I have sanded and recoated the mistake part, and it screwed up. It kind of screwed up a little because I put too thick of a coat, so I'm just gonna keep doing it until it all looks uniform. Like, look, like you can barely even see this. This is looking real good now. Giving it power. All right. Now we're gonna turn it on. All right. I am still hearing high voltage. Still hearing something arc. Oh. Oh, that actually might be bad. You know what? I am seeing that coming from the flyback, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is the flyback that's arcing. That's actually bad. Okay, we might be able to fix this. It still works after this. But the flyback is arcing. I'm gonna turn it on again. Hold up. All right, let's see if we can pick up any arcing. I'm gonna give it power again. I'm gonna have to power cycle it. Weird. So I went in there with a like little brush, and I brushed all around the flyback. I'm gonna turn it back on. It sounds like it's arcing less now. It's still arcing. What's arcing? Huh. Yeah, but it sounds like it's arcing less, so it could have been because it was dirty, but I'm still hearing it click. So I don't know what's up with it. I'm trying to get a video so I can post this on Reddit, but it just stopped doing it. I don't know why. It just literally stopped arcing. Maybe it needs to be like warmed up. I'm gonna hook it up to a signal, and I'm just gonna see like what happens. I'm gonna hook it up to a signal and see what happens. Yeah. It looks like it's working. I'm just gonna leave it on. See if it starts like arcing. You see? It's getting a yeah. It's getting a signal though. So guys, I hate to say this, but I don't want to jinx it. I think the restoration is done because it's literally like barely doing the clicky thing now. You hear it a little on startup. I honestly think it's because like the thing hasn't been turned on in like 20 years and it just needed to warm up. It didn't do it. Like you hear it a little when you turn it on, but it's just not doing it. I'm gonna hook it up to a signal again and see how long it takes for it to do that, if it does that. But I honestly think it just needed to be warmed up. So here's the monitor hooked up to, well, my PC, my actual PC that I use on a daily basis. And it looks alright. The image is pretty dim. You can tell this tube is actually pretty worn. But you can see the colors look okay. When I turned it on, the reds were a little strong, but I fixed that, you know, in the menu. And for some reason, even though the manual says it it can be ran at 85 hertz. I can't get this thing to run at 85 hertz. I tried it in like the Windows display control panel. It didn't let me. Then I tried it setting a custom resolution in the NVIDIA control panel, and that didn't let me either. So I don't know why it's not letting me set it to 85 hertz. When I tried the custom resolution thing, it said frequency scan over something. It basically means the scan rate's too high, so it can't do that. But you know, even at 60 hertz, there's definitely a flicker you can see in person. Actually, my phone's making it look a little better than it actually looks in real life. Now, the clicking and ticking stuff, I still don't know what's up with it. It seems very intermittent. It seems like it sort of went away. I'm probably going to say that, then it's going to start acting up again. But, I think honestly, it's just like an old monitor, and it just needed to be like, you know, warmed up after 20 years. But this is crazy. I mean, 2 weeks ago I found this thing in an abandoned house, and now I'm playing Teardown on it while talking to a camera. So yeah, if you guys like this restoration, let me know. If anyone has any ideas on a more permanent solution to fix the clicking rather than just, oh, it stopped, so it means it's fixed, let me know. But yeah, you know, even though considering the paint job I did was not great, this thing still looks a lot better than when it came in, and I'd consider that a success. So yeah, thanks for watching. This game is fun as hell, by the way.